Number 2, does a youth ministry need a code of conduct? Or if I were to write a code of conduct, what goes into that? Well, I don't know everything that goes into that. I do know some things, but I will say this, that students, teenagers, I find it odd that we already kind of have a code of conduct as a youth group, though. We have a code of conduct called Scripture, and Scripture is the basis for our code of conduct. Now, that doesn't always apply because not everybody in our ministries are Christians. So they don't know what that code of conduct is. They don't know what Scripture tells them. So that's our role to be able to communicate the standards of behavior for when you're attending this youth ministry. Now, there's simple things in there that you would put in there, right? Be kind is very simple. Be loving. But once again, there's students who don't know how to be who don't know how to be loving or kind because they have not been shown love or kindness. So it's very hard for them to do that. But let me say this, teenagers are by nature inappropriate. Okay. You're not working with adults here. You're working with teenagers, and teenagers by nature are inappropriate because things pop into their head that sound like great ideas. Okay. Things that they think they can say or do that sound like great ideas, and in their world is absolutely appropriate. It's appropriate. They're going, oh, clearly I can do that. At a church, which it doesn't matter. That's the thing, right? If your behavior is bad at church, it's probably bad everywhere. And so you're trying to work with students and help them understand the behavior that is required so that you can get the most out of this youth group. You want that student to come. That student most likely wants to come. But this difference between their behavior and the code of conduct you have, whatever that is, has to be resolved. And I think that goes under discipline. It goes under the things, but that type of thing is always a great opportunity for a discipleship relationship or an invitation into discipleship. Say, hey, buddy, listen, now it depends too, were you talking to a church kid or somebody just off the street? And you say, hey, buddy, I love you, man. But listen, some of this stuff, you're just getting wild. And we got to talk about this because it's all based. Listen, my theme, and I've heard this before, is rules without relationship leads to rebellion. And so if you are going to create a code of conduct for a bunch of students and you don't have a kind of relationship with them, that if all you're trying to do is do behavior modification to when they come here, they just don't act certain ways that are inappropriate. And you don't want them to. I don't want them to. But I think that has to be married to the relationship that you have with them. That it can't just be, it's on the board, don't act that way, right? It has to be more than that. And I think most youth workers feel that. But I'm actually going to go in, and I'm going to write, I have one that I'm writing up, not for my group. My group is, I only have 7, 8 students. Nobody's a behavior problem. And usually that's because I have a in-depth relationship with most of my students. So I have that kind of relationship where I can pull them aside and say, hey man, let's not do that. That's the kind of relationship you want, where you don't need a code of conduct, to kind of blurt out there to the whole group. But I am writing one now, and I'm going to be sending that out for the benefit of those of you who don't have or think you need one, or why do you need to create one? And I have a bunch of things that I have ideas for that. But let me just show you very quickly. I'm going to show you this because if you'll sign up for my newsletter, you're going to get that in the newsletter. I'm just going to send that out to all of you who are signed up. And I'm going to say, look, here's, if you're thinking about a code of conduct, here are my thoughts and ideas on that. But the very basics of it is why do you need a code of conduct? Who is writing the code of conduct? And how are you going to enforce the code of conduct? Those things are something as you, as an administrator, as a pastor, as a human being, are going to have to figure that out, because there's no sense in having the code of conduct if there's no consequence or if there's those things. And so I'm going to do my best to put all that together in one PDF for you, and I'm going to send it out. Before I do that, though, I want to show you very quickly the newsletter and what it looks like so you know what you're signing up for. It was a twice a month type of thing, but there's enough really that I'm doing now that I actually send it out every week. So let me go ahead and show you very quickly what this actually looks like. So, and I protect my things here because I just don't want it for everybody. If you've signed up, I want to make that special for you. And so let me just kind of scroll through here. This is called the Youth Ministry Roundup, And so we go here. I put in there articles about trending in culture. This can be anything from what's happening with teenagers to what's happening in just general culture. You'll get 4 or 5 articles on that. In this particular one, I have a quote. So I love good quotes, and you'll get that where you can go to, I'll link up the articles to the actual where I quote it from. So if you see right there. And then I give you articles. Some of those are my articles that I've written, and some of them are articles from other people. I like to include other youth ministry blogs, not just about my stuff. And then I put a bunch of videos in there, videos that you would not normally maybe look for yourself. You're busy. You have things to do. I'm busy. I have things to do, but the things that I run across, I make sure I kind of aggregate these things for you so I can send them out to you, because there are things on, testimonies about, the issue of transitioning or empowering volunteers. These are some of my videos. Then I show this one on truth in transgenderism or graduation gifts. So they're all very timely. This is a Bible lesson that I did called Defend Yourself, about the shield of faith. You can find those things on there and get resources like that being signed up. And then finally, talking about resources, I include some curriculum and things that I have written. Some of them are free, as you can see there. At the top there, you can there's pay what you want. So there's a bunch there. You just say, look, I need a free lesson. What do you got? And I have some free stuff that you can just do from there. But yeah, but that's it. If you're wanting something, if you definitely want this youth ministry code of conduct that I'm putting together, well, then go and sign up for the newsletter. There'll be a link down in the description below, and sign up for it, and you'll get it. And it's probably coming out this Monday.